What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 13 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Today we are continuing to use this really fun team built by Sarah Poke. We used it yesterday and I'm excited to keep playing some games with it today. So looking at my opponent's first team, it is Zeraora, Groudon, Whimsicott, Magearna, Regieleki, and Palkia. So my first thought here is Landorus is incredible. Landorus obviously being able to have super effective damage into that Zeraora, that Regieleki, that Magearna, getting an Intimidate onto the opposing Groudon, as well as just only struggling against that Palkia, but that's not necessarily the end of the world. I think Victini has a spot here if need be. I do like Kyogre. I don't like Kyogre. I'm going to bring Magearna and I'm going to bring Zacian. I feel like I haven't been bringing Zacian that much in this series, so I'm excited to kind of have a chance to use it a little bit more, which I think is really cool, right? Like Zacian, I think everyone was like, oh, Zacian, you have to bring all the time. I think every time I use Zacian, I don't think I ever left it behind, like maybe once or twice, but here I feel like it's fine to like not bring it, which I think is a really cool shift. We are going to see the Zeraora Regieleki, so this is great for me, right? We have access to something with a scarf, and just overall I think this is a really good sort of lead, especially if it's going to be explosion based. I'm fine to go for an earthquake, and I'm going to just click Final Gambit, trying to get rid of probably the Zeraora. The Zeraora I think has a little bit more that I should be worried about, as we're going to see the Regieleki actually withdraw. This could be okay into Magearna. Magearna, right, is fine here. We're going for an earthquake, as we're going to see the coaching come out, so definitely something to be a little bit worried about, right? Like that lets you get a defense boost, but this way we are going to just be able to get a knockout. But one thing that is a little bit scary as a result of doing this is going to be the fact that Regieleki going for an explosion is now normal type instead of electric type, and the big fact that we don't have what's it called, the Intimidate on it anymore. But we are going for a single target earthquake. Unfortunately, this is Shukaberry, so this is actually potentially very scary, because yeah, we're not getting that knockout. Luckily, we are going to be faster with both of our Pokemon. I think we want to bring out Magearna, and I think that is just going to be ideal here, as we're going to see the Whimsicott. So this is getting really scary now, right? Like they have the ability to go for a max. They are at +2. I think we have to go for a max Quake here, as well as go for the Trick Room. I think this is sort of our only out, right? Especially if they go especially if they go for the Tailwind route, like that does give us sort of the best sort of answer into things. They could max their Magearna, right? I don't know if we survive a +2 Soul Heart, as okay, perfect. We are going to see us max first. I mean, it's still not necessarily guaranteed that we're fine. They very well could go for a max on their end as well, right? Magearna being slower than Landorus outside of Tailwind, so something to consider, and it makes sense, right? Like Magearna is at +2, it sort of really is your only option, and I just have to hope that we have enough bulk to survive at least one hit. Even if we don't, I don't necessarily think it's the end of the world, right? Because we will be able to get up a Trick Room versus their Magearna, and then we should hopefully have Zacian be able to move first. Otherwise, we're in really bad shape, as yeah, we are going to see that Tailwind. Worst case, our Magearna does get to +1. The main issue, okay, perfect, we're still faster. So that should pretty much guarantee the game for us, right? Or we don't, because we don't have it banned anymore. Oh god, that's bad, right? We were single target choice banned, and now we're not. And the Steel Spike going to do a very big chunk. We do luckily survive. The main issue though is going to be the fact that with the Trick Room up right there, Magearna is going to move before our Landorus. So I think what we have to do is we have to we don't have airstream, Jesus. Let's go for a rockfall onto the Whimsicott, and hope that flare cannon at this range is going to be enough, right? We don't have any boost on our Magearna, so that is definitely something we have to worry about. But I think we do still have overall just like a really solid position, right? Like we have a lot of stuff going for us. We're gonna see the max guard, so that's perfect, right? I think they're just trying to get some chip onto our Landorus, maybe reverse the Trick Room, right? Like that is definitely a possibility. The rockfall coming out here, I don't think they want to reverse the Trick Room though, right? Just given the fact that we saw the speed interaction, yeah, and we're seeing that energy ball taking advantage of the boost. That is really going to help us. I was hoping though, like I said, that rockfall was going to do enough. I'm going to, we do have strike. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna click that again, and then I'm gonna go for a flare cannon onto this Magearna. Like I said, we need to hope that it is enough. Getting that Whimsicott KO'd would have been huge, right? We would have been able to use Magearna's boost really to guarantee, I think, that knockout. But now it is going to be cutting it a little bit close. It is going to be pretty scary overall, as we're going to see the Whimsicott go for the protect. Not a big deal at all. As flare cannon gonna come out here. Okay, perfect. We are gonna get that knockout onto their Magearna. That's gonna put us back to -1, and I think at this point, right, we can go for an earthquake with Landorus, which should be enough to KO that Regieleki. We do have the focus sash on the Magearna still intact, so I think it's fine to click that earthquake button, as just getting a little bit more chip onto this Whimsicott, which is fine with me. And it looks like there is going to be an internet error, not sure why, but overall I think just a really great way to kick things off. So overall, you know, a solid first game, and nothing to say, but let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is Calyrex Shadow, Amoonguss, Riolu, Magearna, Yveltal, and Kyogre. So a lot of different sort of things here. The big question is, what do we want to go for? That Calyrex is really scary. I do kind of like the classic, what's it called? The classic Victini Magearna. We do have to worry a little bit about double status, but I think that that's fine. The Amoonguss, very, very tricky here, right? I'm almost wondering if it's worth... yeah, the issue is we don't have airstream on the Landorus. That's what makes me really worried, right? We don't have a way to say, hey, if we choose not to go this route, we have to live with that. I'm gonna bring Zacian in here, and I'm gonna bring Calyrex. I don't know if it's the best idea, like I said. The issue with the issue with bringing the Trick Room mode is that Amoonguss. Yeah, so let's see what's happening here. Okay, this is good for us. Right, we are going to see what's it called? That Magearna. I mean, not the Magearna. That Amoonguss on lead. Yeah, so we're going to see the Amoonguss on lead, which is really good for us. We do have, I don't know if Final Gambit works on... Searing Shot is tempting. No, because I want the Scarf. I'm going to Final Gambit here and go for a Protect. My only thought process with that is the event that the Amoonguss is Scarf. I mean, not Scarf, Sash. And we really don't want to deal with that. And then if that's the case, right, we can go for a like something to KO the Amoonguss and then go for a Trick Room the subsequent turn. The issue obviously there is if they choose to go on the offensive, as we're going to see the Rage Powder come out. So I do expect a Focus Sash to be there, as we will fire off a Final Gambit. More importantly, this makes it so they don't get a boost, and or okay, I forgot that Amoonguss just naturally has more health than what's it called? More health than Victini, which is never fun for anyone. We can bring out. Let's bring out Zacian here. Zacian should be able to survive both hits. So, or not both hits, be able to survive an Astral Barrage. The big issue is if they go for oh, we have Quick Attack, so that's fine. I'm gonna go for Behemoth Blade here. I'm gonna go for a Trick Room this way. Even if they want to go for some kind of stuff, we do, like I said, have access to that Quick Attack, which is going to be huge for us. We can then, you know, set up accordingly. So this way, I think we're very safe. Their Calyrex does not have a boost, so that I think puts us in a very strong position, right? Also, the huge shout out to me for forgetting that Amoonguss, which I use very regularly, has more health than Victini. So we're in the spot. We're gonna see the Protect. I think that makes the most sense, right? You're saying, hey, I'm gonna call what you're doing. I'm gonna set up accordingly. But I think that it is fine, right? We take that very, very well. And so, yeah, this Quick Attack going to be huge here, letting us set up in the face of, what's it called? In the face of both of these Pokemon. We unfortunately do have to Quick Attack into the Amoonguss. And I'm just going to fire off a Starfall into this Calyrex, right? We will be able to get +2. I think if they're Focus Sash and they're able to knock out my Zacian, that's going to be huge, right? We will then have Calyrex with 3 turns to work with to absolutely, you know, do what it needs to do, set up effectively. We do have to be a little bit wary of a Kyogre in the back, but even then, I'm not worried about it, as we're going to see the Amoonguss actually withdraw. So not fun at all, as they're going to bring out their own Magearna. So this is actually very, 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 very bad. It is like the absolute worst case scenario that can happen here. We now lose. No. It's not the worst case. It's just very, very bad. The main issue, right, is we probably are losing our Zacian unless they're not, what's it called, Sash on their Calyrex, which, given the fact that they stayed in, or also we can just find out the item, which we do see the little deep, which confirms that it is going to be that Sash. So their Magearna also going to get a boost here. A little bit scary for sure, right, as that Astral Barrage going to come out. Our max now very low, and the big issue is going to be the fact that Calyrex, right? Calyrex has or is faster than Magearna, so they should be able to hit us first. So that is never good. I'm gonna bring out my Calyrex. I think I have to go for the high horsepower and pray for Magearna's low defense. I could. Yeah, I have to. I mean, like, look at how much that we did with, what's it called? That we did with the Quick Attack. So I'm hoping that we can do enough with Calyrex. The issue, though, is, like, this is going to be speed ties, theoretically. So what I'm hoping, right, is if their Magearna attacks first, they only are at +1. Then we can KO their Calyrex to have our Magearna at +2. And then go for damage with our Calyrex. Then we need to win the speed tide the subsequent turn and go first. Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit of a luck kind of thing here in terms of who goes first. We're going to see the Calyrex actually withdraw back into that Amoonguss, which is fine with me, right? It should theoretically be in range, as we're going to see the Magearna going for a max here. So that really suggests to me, right, you're going to go immediately for that that Steel Spike into the Calyrex. We don't have a Babiri Berry, so we're going to take a big ton of damage. But look, yeah, give me 1 second. Perfect. We are going to be able to KO this opposing Amoonguss, which is awesome. So, okay, cool. Yeah, both of us have boosts. Unfortunately, yeah, we're seeing that Magearna is going to be moving first, which is tricky. Okay, so what did they bring out? They brought out Kyogre. Kyogre, we should be able to one-shot. The big issue, though, is, like I said, this Magearna. I think we have to go for a KO there. Hope we survive, which we probably don't at this point, right? They are at +2. We're going to see the Ogre go for Protect. We do still get a really, I mean, that's a huge chunk of damage going out onto this Magearna as the Steel Spike, into our Magearna. That makes a lot of sense, right? You are faster. The big question now is how many turns of Trick Room are left and why are they not enough? Yeah, because at this range, right, where we cannot get a knockout onto really anything. We also missed the high horsepower, so that is sad. We have, yeah, there's one turn of Trick Room left. That Steel Spike should definitely be more than enough to finish things off. So yeah, let's watch this Steel Spike come out. Yeah, we go down here. Crit for good measure, so a little bit unfortunate, right? Like we could have gone for Protect the subsequent turn and then tried to survive the Kyogre hit, which, I mean, if they're going for Origin Pulse, they have a chance to miss, right? But unfortunate. I think my opponent played very, very well and nothing to say, but let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is full on. It is Kyogre, Zamazenta, Yveltal with a Zacian, Regieleki, and Calyrex. We have to we have to bring this lead. We don't have an option. Specs Kyogre probably want that in the back. And you know, Landorus good here as well. I think Landorus potentially our max candidate. That choice band makes it a little bit hard, right? That double choice, always kind of rough. I was like, I could bring Calyrex. I think what we have here is better, right? I like the strategy of the team saying, hey, we're going to get Magearna to +2 with a final Gambit. As we get the Trick Room up, we're going to then like give those boosts to the Specs Kyogre, click Water Spout, get some knockouts. We have the ability to max if we need to. We haven't pulled it off yet, so hoping, you know, to be able to do that now. Potentially my opponent did run out of time, which I'm very much hoping for. Right, that would definitely make my life a little bit easier. Also, right, if they lead Zamazenta, that's going to be really big, right? We know that we can guarantee target into that slot. We don't have to worry about... okay, so we're going to see... Okay, Calyrex Kyogre is... it's not actually fine. We have to worry about a double up from both into my Magearna. But we're gonna try. Nope, we're not gonna click V-Create. We're gonna click Final Gambit onto the Kyogre, and we're gonna go immediately for that Trick Room, right? If you max the Ogre, and you Astral Barrage, which you don't, probably going for that double, that's gonna be huge, right? Victini going to get knocked out. We're gonna be able to bring out our Kyogre, get it to +2. The scary part, though, is this Calyrex is most likely sashed. Yeah, it's most likely sashed. So even Kyogre clicking a Water Spout, not really going to help us. That looks Specs. Okay, that damage very much looks like choice specs, given especially how much they did last time. I'm going to bring out our Kyogre here. I'm going to click power swap. I'm going to click water spout and just kind of hope that, you know, we can do the thing. But yeah, that was significantly more damage than we saw from the Kyogre. I mean, not the Kyogre, the Calyrex last time, right? It wasn't even a 2-hit KO on oh, but it's single target. Bad. That's something I did not consider. It's single target versus double target last time. So it very, very well could be Sash, which is annoying. I don't know what my opponent is thinking about for so long. We're going to see Zacian come out here. Okay, so we can go for the move, right? We still have Landorus in the back, and so that really should help us. If we need it, right, we can immediately go for a Quake onto this Calyrex. I'm gonna click Water Spout, Power Swap. Yeah, so we're gonna give our special attack boost to our Kyogre, right? That's gonna let us just absolutely shred through everything, right? +2 Kyogre in the rain, Water Spout with specs. Like, there are going to be no survivors unless one of them is a Focus Sash. That's actually huge for us, right? Going for the ally switch means that you are not attacking this turn. So really nothing you can do to stop this Water Spout. We do have also confirmation that the Calyrex has got specs, so most likely, yeah, we are seeing that Focus Sash come out here. And so at this point, right, we can just, you know, do the same thing again. We can quick protect. We can potentially, if we want, you know, try to attack with Magearna. We can max it, which I always think is really fun. We do have to worry, though, about a potential Zamazenta with Wide Guard. As we will see, it is going to be Regieleki. We know that the Regieleki is not Sash. We can click this button. I would like to very much Flare Cannon into Regieleki because I don't like it at all. And it looks like, yeah, my opponent is going to cancel, recognizing the writing on the wall. So overall, I think some really, really fun battles. I think this team is just a lot of fun, right? It has a lot of really cool elements. I think even the idea of Hard Trick Room is very, very viable in Series 13. People were worried, like, hey, there's just way too much damage output, but I don't think that that's the case. So I'm glad we were able to end like that. Okay, we'll figure out the schedule for the next couple days. I will be out of town for a wedding, so trying to figure out how to coordinate all of that. But hopefully we'll keep the content going strong. I'm really hoping to build some teams for October, so definitely look out for those. And with that, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.